So you can use Google Calendar, Google Keep and Google Meet all within Gmail. And this video will show you how to be very productive with all these free tools that are there within Gmail, but you may not know about them or you may not know how to use them very easily. Okay, so this is the first step. This is your Gmail. In the right bottom corner, you see this red arrow. It is pointing to what can expand the side panel. Click on that. Side panel will expand, and this is how it looks like. So Calendar, as it is called, or Google Calendar, is right there within your Gmail. Google Keep for taking notes is right there in your Gmail, and you also have tasks, which we are not going to talk about in this video. At the bottom again, in the right hand side, you see the hide side panel arrow. You click on that, you will end up with this view again. So now we know how to access Google Calendar and Google Keep and even Google Tasks from within Gmail. Let's see these in action. Okay, so this is your Gmail inbox, and you see a number of email messages. You want to plan conversation with the sender of this email, or you are already having a phone call and you would like to record some notes. See how we can do it with Google Keep. So you go to Google Keep here, click here because you do not have any notes before. So you will see no notes here. Click on take a note, and it's very interesting to see that Google Keep has already captured your context. Kriti sent you. We will see in a moment how this is very useful. So now I have recorded a note while I was speaking to Kriti and hit done. But after the call, I just remembered something else and I would like to edit this note. You can actually click and you can edit anytime. Hit done again. So that's how you take a note very quickly. You would like to plan your conversation. You can again click on take a note and write here call on Monday, and just write here confirm price. And if you like to see this message on top, you can click on pin note and this will keep this on the top. So this is how you can use Google Keep along with Gmail. Now that you have a few notes here, you can actually close this, but it is still there. So anytime you would like to refer to your notes, just click here and they're back. If you find this view to be small, click here to open this in a new tab, and Google Keep opens in a new tab. Here I can see my pinned note on the top. So there was another note in which I had written the phone number for Jeet. So let me find that. You go to search and write Jeet, and voila, that's your note with Jeet's information. Similarly, if you want to check which of your notes are about price, well, there are those two notes about price. And if you would like to see what is the context for these notes, well, these are already linked to the email for which you created these notes. So click here and there you go. Now you see that message. You see the notes that are related to that message. This is that beautiful and that simple. So now that you have this note, you can also set a reminder by clicking on the bell icon. So let's say you would like to make a call to Jeet later today at 8 p.m. You select that and that's it. Your reminder is now set. You can also delete, and you have other options from this note. So Google Keep has a lot of functionality which you can explore now that you know how to find Google Keep and how to use it, at least in a number of ways. This is your inbox and you're trying to set up an appointment. So there are two scenarios. The first scenario is you're trying to set up this meeting with somebody who has already emailed you before. Let's say this is the person with whom you're trying to set up a meeting. Select this person's message and click on calendar. We will come back to this in just a moment. Now the other scenario is you've just got an email ID. If that is the case, still nothing to worry, just go to calendar, and this is the common point from where we start the next step after starting with those two scenarios. Remember, a meeting is an event, so that's why Google calls it an event, and this is going to be an event invite or a meeting invite. Google has already captured this context and the subject from that email because it is in this context that I'm trying to set up this meeting. Select the start date and the start time for the meeting, the end date and the end time for the meeting. Having done that, scroll down and you will see there's a default blue color selected for displaying this event in your calendar. Now if you feel you need to use red color to display critical events, feel free to do that. Select whatever color you wish from here, and let me select red. Here's the meeting description. What is this meeting about? Describe it to your participants. Definitely post an agenda for the meeting, because meetings without agenda have been found to be far less productive. So provide a description for the meeting here. So I'm just going to keep it very simple. Okay, so this gives everyone a fair idea when they receive this invite what this meeting is going to be about. Having done that, scroll down further, and this is the place where you can invite guests. If this person is in your contacts, the moment you start typing in here, Gmail will show the email ID of your contact. But if that contact is not showing here, you can still add email IDs of all the people you wish to invite, and you can separate those email IDs with a comma. So for the sake of keeping it simple, just choosing this person as a guest for my event. Now that the guest has been added, the guest will show up here, and just say save. Now you will be prompted with three options. Would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? So if you dismiss this, it's not going anywhere. If you don't send, it's like just don't tell anyone, create this event. And if you send, only then will they get this event invite. So please do send it if you want them to receive this invite. Immediately, as you can see, because we chose the red color, the event invite has now started showing on your Google Calendar. Anytime you want to revisit this, you want to change some information, just click on it and there you go. Now the bonus is that by default Google Meet information is already included in this meeting invite. The recipient will also receive this information, so they will not have to look anywhere else when they wish to get online with you. Now let's take a look at this from the guest perspective. I'm going to log in as the person who was invited to this meeting to show what kind of invite comes to me as the guest invited for this meeting. So as you can see, this is the meeting invite received. Let's take a look at some of the key items in the invite. The invite is for Tuesday, so this is the meeting time and date information. These are the options for me as the guest. I can say yes to this meeting, I can indicate it is tentative, or I can say no, and there are other options. I can even propose a new time or add a note. So these are some key options available to me as the guest invited for this meeting. Here is the Google Meet information down below. If I am going to accept this meeting at the appointed time, I can just join into the meeting using this Google Meet information. So we've looked at how to create an invite and how to respond to an invite. Let's also take a look at what happens when you click here. So this brings up your calendar on a bigger screen, and if you wish to set up an appointment, just select the date on which you wish to create this appointment. Click anywhere and you will have the option to select the time. Now notice this, that Google Meet conferencing is not added here by default, but there's a button here. You click this and meeting information will be generated. The rest of it remains the same, and yes, you can set up a reminder for the meeting. It's normally a good practice to set up a reminder at least 15 minutes before your meeting time, and if it is a repetitive meeting, you can even select that and you can mark those options. If it is a weekly, it's a monthly, it's annual, or it's an everyday meeting. If it is an all-day meeting, you can also say this is an all-day meeting, which means it goes for normal business hours. It will take the entire time. Google Meet is also available in the left panel now in Gmail. If you hover over this icon, it expands and it says Meet. To start a new meeting, just click on Start a Meeting and it will start loading up a new meeting. If you would like to join, and click there and enter the meeting code, you should be able to join this meeting now. The rest is all the same as I have talked about previously in a separate video on Google Meet, which you can find on this channel. So today we looked at how to use Google Keep, Google Calendar and Google Meet all from within Gmail very quickly and rather very easily for a lot of key functions. These applications have a lot of functionality, and as you continue to learn, you will definitely find that you can be even more productive. Happy learning, wash your hands, keep a mask and a face cover, maintain social distance, go outside home only if inevitable, take extra care of the elderly and young. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.